Jacob, look, I've got to say, today, the work we've done today was just great. And
it has been, isn't it?
Hasn't it? Yeah. I'm so pleased you asked me to play that role. I've never been asked to do a role like that before.
It was actually quite an honour for me. Yes. And I bet it probably was for you too.
Yes, it was an honour for me too. It was. Because this song I think it's a great song.
Thanks.
And you're saying thanks because of your choice of song, but where did this song come from? Is it in an album or something?
No, it's not actually.
Mm-hmm.
If it were, then I would be like copying an owner's right, really.
Yeah, well, yeah, people do that. So then, where did it come from?
Well, I actually wrote it.
You wrote that song?
Yes.
Like the words and the melody?
Mm-hmm. Well, except for the music, that was Simon, actually. That was Simon who did the music. Yeah. I was just there, sitting here, watching the magic happen, really.
Those are your words?
Yes.
But that song has such insight into humans, and the sense of pain, of suffering that's in that song. You haven't gone through that kind of pain at your age.
I have. I was picked on from kinder to school, and at the end of every day when I got picked on, I was like thinking, really? And when I reached school, like my last year of school, I just didn't want to do it anymore. Like, go out. But it was quite a hard time for me.
Must have been.
It was.
Now look, most people when they suffer, and being picked on in school, that's pretty bloody awful, I know. But most people when they suffer, they turn in on themselves in order to protect themselves from more hurt. It is so rare in the history of the arts for anybody who's gone through suffering to be able to turn outward and create something that's got meaning for other people. You've done it. I mean, I know there are in other art forms, in painting and music and in poetry.
In a film, maybe?
And in film, yes. You've here in Australia, in backwoods Australia, if I can say backwoods, I'm going to hurt the feelings of a few people who live in Nabathon, but I'm going to say backwoods, that here in the backwoods of Australia, that a 13-year-old writes a great song. Wow. Oh, that's so... Now, the rest of the world's got to learn about this now. And that's, of course, why this music video is coming up. And I'm going to be part of it.
Yeah.
Gee.
And I'll be thinking, oh, who's that bloke?
The old bloke, yeah. I mean, it's your show, but look, in all the roles I've done over decades of acting, on stage and in films, I never dressed in a white suit in my life before.
Usually you're the tough and
drop me.
Pumped up kind of guy.
Yeah, exactly. Here I am holding a yellow rose and dressed in white. So, weird. But why? When did we work together first?
Oh, yeah, we worked on a feature film, The Weatherman's Umbrella.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I actually met you when we did one of the scenes with you in it. But I wasn't in it myself. I was like hanging around the background helping out.
One of the crew people.
Yes.
Yeah. Those people whose names turn up on credits at the end of the picture when the audience is all walking out.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm an old crank. When I go to the pictures and I watch that, those names come up at the end, I sit there and read them all right through to the end.
But sometimes people actually sit there still to watch the ending scenes. Like, you know, they'd always have that final ending bit
after
the credits.
Oh, yeah, some of them do that.
Like, for example, a family would be sitting there and the kid would be like, "Can we go home now?" And the mum says, "No, I want to watch the ending credit scene." "What's that?" And the dad says, "Oh, they have a scene that's after the credits, son." And he says, "Cool."
Yeah, this isn't you're talking about. This is just some other kid.
No, I was just using an example.
Yes, quite. So, yeah, you probably do read credits. But that's where we worked together on that, and I came up to this area, this whole Healesville, Marysville, Nabbathong area, because I live in Castlemaine, and
that's a pretty far drive from where I am.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was asked to be in it, and I'm so pleased I was. And then you got to look at me and decided you could use me in this music video. Gee, that's good.
Yeah. When we were actually starting to think of like doing a short film, Dad mentioned about this spiritual guy we could use, and I was thinking, good idea, but how are we going to find the perfect guy to fill that bill? And I was looking at Dad, and he was like in this pose that I'm doing right now.
Yeah, oh, like, yes, yeah.
Like Obi-Wan Kenobi of Star Wars. And I was like, Dad, like, yeah, like a little kid trying to ask for ice cream. Dad.
Yeah.
And then eventually, he says, why not John Vulfs? And I was thinking, actually, yeah, that would do. And so, yeah.
It took that long, did it? Like 5 or 6 seconds. Oh, right, yeah.
But we had more thinking in order to make the film a reality, like the song, for example. We had to do that first, or otherwise we would be going blindfolded into the unknown, and we would have no music for it, no vocals, and yeah, we just went blindfolded into the unknown abyss.
Well, now look, you've got something. You've got a great song there, and we just got to hope that enough people hear it, and hear about it, and tell their friends about it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. And the little story now, when I think about it, I'm playing this spiritual figure. Me, nearly all the time when I get jobs, I'm just roughies, cab drivers and crims and the cops who catch them and things like that. But
and always tells the guy to hide the stuff in the backyard.
Yeah. Well, I did do a movie before your time, years ago now, where I did play a cop who said to a bloke who he had a good reason to do it. He pinched the front gates off someone's mansion and took them home with him.
That was he could have sold it.
And he could have, but he left them out the front of his place where everybody could see them. So I had to say to him, hey, take that gates round the back with you. And since I said that, so often people, when I say often now, a few times, when I'm in Melbourne, I go to Melbourne.
Oh, you're the cop fellow off the castle.
And they recognise me, and then they quote that line to me.
Yeah.
They say it.
Or they just don't have no clue, and you have to give it to them straight away, like, I'm from the castle, you duffer. And the guy's like, oh my God.
But these days, it happens. Now, you're starting on a career. 50 years from now or more, this will probably be happening to you, You'll be sitting here talking to some young bloke, and you'll be telling stories about people who saw you in things.
And I may also have a white beard and a bald head.
At the age of 73, you say? Well, no, all right, let's go on a bit. When I was 73, and that's 8 years ago, I still had a bit of hair on top, It's virtually all gone now. I'm just a shiny old crown. I used to have some hair. Yeah. So
a nice crown would do you well.
Wouldn't it?
Or you could have a mirror and you could create your own bonfire.
Oh,
the sun would reflect to the mirror, and the mirror would reflect to your head, and the head would reflect to the ground, and then we have made fire!
Now, this sounds like a fantasy film. You're dreaming up an idea for a movie now, are you?
Nope, just rolling what's in my way.
Gee whiz. So look, I've got to come back to this again though. You were bullied for a lengthy period of time.
Yeah.
Not just for a couple of weeks, but for a long time.
Yes. It was a big bother for me and my family. Mum and Dad were getting sick of it. I was getting sick of it. And yeah.
But
at the end of the day,
yes,
I realized that other people were suffering what I've suffered.
other people do. Yes.
And that's why I did the song, so I can show other people
Good.
that you can just push forward from.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because so many of them crumble under the pressure and they give up for the rest of their lives.
Or they just commit suicide.
Or yes, and that's the worst kind of give up that you can do, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, like Robin Williams, for example. Too much pressure.
Is that known to be the reason, or are we just guessing at that one?
Well, that's what people have been saying. Too much pressure on him made him do that.
I got me doubts about that, but that's just me saying that, yeah. Oh,
so do I.
But anyway, I mean, he was a creative person too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He was very funny.
Yeah.
He's very funny.
But maybe he needed other people to write the stories for him and write it. Maybe he couldn't write his own jokes. You can write your own material.
He just improvises.
He improvised, yeah.
Well, thanks for coming.
Oh, well, thanks for having me.
I hope we meet each other again and do something again like this.
Oh, wouldn't it be good?
Yes.
Yeah. Look, while I'm still around, wouldn't it be good? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good on you, Tiger.
And see you soon in the future.
Yeah, in the future, yeah. Keep on slacking.